Okay, assalamu alaikum dear brothers and sisters. Welcome back in action. This is your brother Abdinura who will be taking for you mathematics of high school, that is commercial arithmetics. Particularly we are going to discuss about, as far as your demand is concerned, we are going to work on simple interest, which is also very examined in KCSE, okay? Without wasting time, if you can remember, in our previous video, I've posted questions based on this concept of mathematics, which is simple interest. But today we're going to see a more complex examples, okay? More complex examples is what we're going to see for your information. So without wasting time, make sure you have your calculator, okay? Get your exercise book, at least 2 pens, then we'll kick off. Let's see the first example here. This is our first example for your information. Example 1 is this one. You are told a certain sum of money was deposited is deposited in a bank, that pays simple interest, simple interest at a certain rate, okay? At a certain rate for your information. Full stop. You're told after 3 years, the total amount of money in the account. After 3 years, the total amount of money in the account. Amount of money in the account. Was cash in 358,400. Full stop. The interest earned each year was also the interest earned So this question actually requires to be corrected. So you have been told a certain sum of money is deposited in a bank that pays simple interest. So let me use here is for information. Then you're told the interest earned each year. The interest earned each year is what? Is shilling 12,800. Full stop. Now this is the first question. You're told this is what? This is the first question. Calculate. Then number 1, the amount of money which was deposited. The amount of money which was deposited. That's question A. Number 1, this is number 2. The annual rate. The annual rate of interest. The annual rate of interest that the bank paid. Full stop. Okay, now when you encounter such kind of question in KCSE or any other exam, guys, what you're gonna do is just understand the nature of the question. What were you asked? Okay? What are you expected to get, guys? You're told a certain sum of money, meaning we don't have the money that was deposited in the bank, okay? That's why you are left in suspense, okay? You are told a certain sum of money is deposited in a bank, so we are lacking the principle that pays simple interest at a certain rate again. Again, we don't have the rate. Okay, look at that. Okay? But we said in mathematics, the last two full stops are very important. Okay? Look here. You're told, so here, principal is under question. Rate is also under question. But you're told after 3 years, the total amount of money in the account is Kenyan shilling, the Kenyan shilling 358,400. I think there's an error here. Because we have to say after 3 years, the total amount of money in the bank was, because we have started with deposited, but that's this mathematics. We are not dealing with English. Let's go. So this is the total amount. That means when you're talking amount, we are talking about money deposited plus interest. Don't forget. So amount is equal to principal plus interest in primary, if you remember class 7. So full stop. You're told the interest earned each year is what? 12,800. From this, you can get the total interest by saying 12,800 times 3, the total interest, okay, for your information. Then question A, I try to calculate the amount of money which was deposited. That's principal, okay, principal is under question mark. The annual rate of interest that the bank paid. We are also expected to get the rate. Here, what you're gonna do is come here. Now write what you have. You have what? Amount. And remember, we are dealing with simple interest. Amount is equal to 358,400. We also have what? Time. Time t is equal to what? 3 years. Okay? Just understand the nature of the question. Then we have interest earned by year. Interest earned each year. Okay? Interest earned each year. So that's how much? 12,800. Shilling 12,800. Full stop. Then I can get my total interest. I can say total interest. Total what? Interest is equal to shilling 12,800 times 3. Make sure you have your calculator. Make sure you have what? Your calculator for your information, guys. This will give me 12,800 times 3. So that is Kenyan shilling. That's 8,400. Okay? This is the total interest for 3 years. Then, but remember, say like this. If you remember in primary class 7, okay? If you have learned the concept of money in primary, we say that, but amount A is equal to principal plus interest. Here, we have our amount as 358,400, and then we have the total interest as that 8,400. So we can get the principal using this formula. So principal therefore is equal to amount minus what? Interest. Because making B the circular formula, then B is equal to amount minus interest, which is equal to, we're going to say 358,400 minus that 8,400. Okay. 358,400 minus the final answer. So that this will be our principal is equal to Kenyan shilling 310,000. Okay, just understand, please. That's how you're going to get the principal or the money which was deposited in the bank. Okay, I've answered question A. This is question A. Now let's go to question B. Question B, you are told the annual rate of interest that the bank will rate. We know that interest I is equal to BRT divided by 100. Okay, I'll be talking about this one when we'll be dealing with what you normally call joint variation. Okay, we will be going and tackling formula and variation soon. Don't forget. So here R is directly proportional to these three. Okay, that's why we're saying joint variation. Okay, basically we'll be using this one. Now we are expected to make R the series of formula. And remember, in high school, a student is expected to make a letter the series of formula, of which we'll be learning, inshallah, Bodini. So I want to make R the series of formula, meaning I want to show you how to get R, okay, by deriving, okay. Let's now see, times 100, we will eliminate the denominator, don't forget, times 100. Cancel these two. So 100 times what? Times I interest is equal to BRT. We make what your equation what? Linear. Then make R the series of formula, then divide both sides by BT. Okay? Cancel this thing with this one. So R there is equal to 100 times I all over BT. Don't forget. This is how you're going to get rate for your information. Then you have everything. You're going to say a rate there for equal to 100 times I. And my I is what? 38,400 divided by principal, which is 320,000 times what? Times time, which is check the time, 3 years. So what you do, cancel this 4 with these 4 zeros, okay? Then is this number divisible to 3 years? Of course it's. Let's say by 3 is 1, 2, 8. So by that 2 1, by that 2 is 4. So rate therefore is equal to 4%. You can use the calculator if you have problem with division for information. But that's how you're going to get the rate. Okay? Rate is equal to 100 times I divided by principal times time. Okay? I hope you have digested this thing. Let's go and see the next example without wasting time. Okay? Let's see our next example, guys. Okay? We're gonna see our next example. This is how you're going to tackle such kind of question. Please take your time. Make sure you have your Access book and your calculator. Okay? Let's go. Remember, KCSE is knocking the door. We have 20 days to go. 20 days to go, my friends. Let's go. Okay? The last minute can save a husband and his wife. Okay? Let's go. Let's go and see this thing. It is very, very welcoming. But what matters is, are you really grabbing this information in the right manner? That's what matters. Are you actually understanding the nature of the question? Okay? Now, let's see the second example. You're told, let's see, this is example 2. Not example 1 now. You're told when Kenya shilling 40,000 was invested in a certain bank, was invested in a certain bank for 5 years. In a certain bank for 5 years. It earned a simple interest. A simple interest of Kenya shilling 3,800. Of Kenya shilling 3,800. Full stop. Find the amount. Find the amount. Find the amount. Okay? Find the amount that must have been invested. That must have been invested in the same bank. Look at that. In the same bank at the same rate. In the same bank at the same rate. At the same rate. For 7.5 years. For 7.5 years to earn a simple interest. To earn a simple interest. To earn a simple interest of cash in 3,420. Okay, and now let's see this question. You are told what? You are told that when Kenya shilling 40,000 was invested in a certain bank for 5 years, this is the money that was invested in the bank. So we are expecting this money to earn what? Interest, don't forget. And the period is also given, which is 5 years for the information. It earned a simple interest of Kenya shilling 3,800. So we are lacking what? Up to that full stop. Are you actually understanding the nature of the question? What are we missing? When we are talking about simple interest, remember we say that we have 4 variables. That is what? Interest, which can also be asked in the examination. Interest, principal, rate, and time. Here we have principal because we say that money invested, money deposited, or money borrowed. Yeah, it's what we normally call what? Principal or down payment for information. Okay? Don't forget that. Then here we have the principal, we have time, which is 5 years, and you have interest. So from that fact, up to that full stop, understand that you are expected to get the rate because to help you. Okay? Understand the nature of the question, please. Then you're told find the amount that must have been invested in the same bank at the same rate for 7.5 years to earn a simple interest of this one. Find the amount that, look at that, find the amount that must have been invested in the same bank at the same rate for 7.5 years to earn a simple interest of this one. So what I will do is I will get the rate. After getting the rate, I have time and the interest also. So I can get amount, okay? The money, you're told find the amount of money that must have been invested. That's principle. So in the second part, we are lacking principle because we get rate from the first information is given, okay? So now come here, without wasting time, come here guys. Say like this, solutions, okay? I have my principle as showing 40,000. This is the principle. I have also time, okay, which is 5 years. Okay, don't forget time is what? Time is 5 years. Okay. Then I have interest. I, which is interest. I is cash 3,800. So as far as the formula of interest is concerned, we are lacking what? We are lacking rate. We don't have rate, my friends. So I'll say like this. I have to get that rate because it will help me. Look here. Find the amount that must have been invested in the same bank at the same rate. So I need to get the rate. Okay. I know that interest I, please stamp the marker. You have to stamp the marker. That person is marking your paper. Yeah, right, therefore, hence, blah, blah, whatsoever you feel like, provided that you're not going out of the limit of mathematics, okay? Here, I will now, so far I have time and space, I will now drive the procedure of getting what's missing, that's rate. I know interest I is equal to BRT divided by 100. So my target is to get R. I will eliminate this one first. Times what? Times 100, times also 100. Cancel these two. So you're left with 100 times what? I, which is interest equal to BRT, okay? Then for you to make R the circuit of the formula, what you're going to do is divide both sides by BT, okay? Then BT. Cancel this thing, friends. So you're left with what? R. R is untouched. So R is equal to 100 times I all over BT, okay? Divided by BT. Just understand the nature of the question. So now, let me get R. R is equal to 100 times R. My I is what? 3,800 divided by principal 40,000, okay, times time, which is 5. 4 zeros will go with 4 zeros, just understand. So by 2 is how much? 19. It will give me 19 divided by 2 times 5, 10. So that is 1.9%. Okay, that is the rate. This rate will help me because look here, find the amount that must have been invested. So second part, or say this is part A, remember, let me say part B of this question, yeah? Part B, I was told find the amount that must have been invested in the same bank at the same rate for 7.5 years to earn a simple interest of what? 3,420. So I'll say rate is equal to what? 1.9%. Because this is the same rate, yeah? Just as that. Time is what? 7.5, okay? Yes. 7.5, 7.5. Then I also have what? Interest, okay? Which is cash in 3,400. What's under question marks? What? Money deposited, which is principal. But remember we said that interest I again is equal to BRT divided by 100. I want to make B the series of formula again. So what will I do? Times 100 times also 100. Okay, cancel these two. Then I will have 100 times I is equal to BRT. Okay, BR what? BRT. Then divide both sides by RT. Then RT, yeah? Cancel this thing. So B, therefore, principal is equal to 100 times I divided by rate times what? Time. So principal, therefore, is equal to, let's go, 100 times I, which is 3,420, divided by rate. My rate is 1.9 times what? Times time, which is 7.5. Okay? Now, let me use the calculator. Guys, let me use the calculator for information. I'll say 34,200 divided by, open the bracket, yeah? Then 1.9 times 7.5, close the bracket. Then you get the final answer, 24,000. So this will give me Kenyan shilling, 24,000. Okay, this is the principle for information. Okay, that will earn this interest with this rate. Okay, okay, this interest with this rate. Okay, just understand. I hope it is very very welcoming. Okay, don't worry, guys. Abdinur will also be posting very complicated questions based on this, so you don't suffer when you will be doing your KCSE or normal exam. Okay, don't worry, man. We are left with one more video to go for simple interest. Then we will proceed to compound interest. Okay, pray for my mom, Fatima Al Muhammad, because she has gotten this one. Okay, okay. She brought me on this planet with the plan of God, and I'm still helping you. Don't forget. So make sure you take your exercise book, get your pen, your calculator. You're not a problem with my math high school. I will go in a sequential manner, just as I'll be moving in a chronological manner. Don't worry. I'll be tackling compound interest, move to appreciation, depreciation, then income tax, then we'll go to codes, okay? Codes, okay? Then I'll be done with that, then we'll go to formula and variation, matrix. We move like that, okay? I hope matrix will come fast then what? Then formula and variation. Then we move like that, God willing. Don't worry, pray for me, okay? These days I've not posted because I was suffering from this flu, the ongoing flu in Nairobi. But now I'm okay, okay? Now, guys, if you have comment, make sure you leave your comment in our comment box. If you have very complicated chapters, also leave them in my comment box. Don't forget. Then you are commenting about pairing. Don't worry about pairing. I'll be dealing with pairing and construction, inshallah, on Saturday and Sunday. Good reading. Until next time, I wish you the best and cheers. Okay.